NBC10 political commentator Sue O'Connell is here. Sue, a man who hates politics but was a governor is weighing in on this race. Arnold Schwarzengger endorsed Kamala Harris today in a tweet which read in part, "To someone like me who talks to people all over the world and still knows America is the shining city on a hill, calling America a trash can for the world is so unpatriotic, it makes me furious." Now, in another part of the tweet, the former governor said that he hates politics but had to speak out. He makes an interesting point, though. The Republican Party, the party of Reagan, used to be so filled with unbridled patriotism. But Donald Trump has been very successful climbing to the top of the party by knocking America, its institutions, its traditions. Why has that worked so well?
Corey, because Trump connects with people who are angry and aggrieved. Look, we all know people in our lives, our neighbors, who are living what appears to be a good life, but they feel they're not getting what someone else is getting, and they're angry about it. I mean, just look at Trump. By any measure, he is enormously successful, but even he says the system is out to get him. So while Democrats talk about the inequities in our government, the way our systems don't work, Trump speaks to people who think they're not getting their fair share. And he's talking about getting revenge and tearing the whole system down. You know, his slogan says it, Trump will fix it, whatever it is. So I think that just speaks directly to some people.
All right, no matter who comes out on top in this election, they're going to have to hit the ground running with regards to foreign policy. Two questions on that front. First, let's talk about Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump have a good relationship. They appear to be friendly with one another. President Biden has offered a lot of support for Israel, but he and Netanyahu have been at odds at times over the last year. Talk to me about Trump's relationship with Netanyahu and how that may factor into what's happening in Israel.
Right. So as you know, Corey, I think most objective measurements say Joe Biden has been the most pro-Israel president in American history. That does not mean that Biden has been the most pro-Netanyahu president in history. Donald Trump, when he was president, he did things that Netanyahu liked, but many foreign policy analysts thought were horrible for the Middle East. So according to the New York Times, Trump told him, do what you have to do. So I think while Biden has not been able to add guardrails to Netanyahu's response, Trump would be fully supportive of whatever Netanyahu wants to do.
All right, second foreign policy question. We know Trump is no fan of NATO, but it appears America's adversaries have seen the benefit of having alliances. We know North Korean soldiers are in Ukraine fighting on behalf of Russia. China appears to be aligned with that strategy, both countries. How troubling a development is this, and how should the United States be responding?
Yeah, there are reports indicating that not only are there 10,000 North Korean troops in Russia, but that Russia had been receiving ammunition and rockets and weapons from North Korea. And this, of course, helps Russia in their invasion of Ukraine and in that war. So the question is, what does North Korea get from the relationship? Well, they get military assistance from Russia, possibly support of their nuclear program that Putin had previously opposed, and maybe even an upgrade of their submarine fleet. And North Korean soldiers, they're going to get trained by Russian military leaders in combat and learn how to use Western weapons, which they haven't had access to. So these developments are obviously dangerous for South Korea. People much smarter than me haven't offered a plan for how America should prepare for this shift to greater instability in the region and in the world.
All right, certainly some uncertain times, Sue.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I will see you later tonight.
You will.
Because our political team is getting you caught up on the election, everything that's happening between now and November 5th. We have live special editions of At Issue all this week. It starts tonight at 7:30. Me, Matt, and Sue are going to break down the ballot questions, focusing on local races and the race for the White House. All this week, 7:30 p.m. right here, NBC10 Boston.